Steve Rabikoff and Chris Lasoya. And here we go. It is Moscow Legion taking on Omaha Vicious. And this is a crucial game for both of these teams. Moscow Legion is 1-1, and Omaha Vicious had a bad day yesterday. They were 0-2. And Vicious knows they need to attack this snake, and they have an awesome guy to do it in Shane Colby. They also need to shoot people off the break, and lo and behold, they shoot 2 players from Moscow Red Legion off the break.
Which they didn't do too well yesterday, so they fixed that right away. Coach Todd Martinez definitely is going to have these guys. If they're going down the field.
Well, and Brian Bortle played great for Vicious. He was like only one of the bright shining lights for them. And look at this, Shane Colby just stomping down this field, and we might have got a penalty though. Yeah, he's got to be careful though, that's the thing. Well, he's got a giant hit on the side of his head, and I'm not sure when that hit came from, but he does have a massive hit. It's going to take Bortle, but whatever. The principle is the same. Keep flooding bodies in here. So you got a penalty. Sherman.
And kill that penalty as best you can.
And so, but Sherman, look at Sherman. Sherman is now in good fit position to get into the snake, so Sherman needs to get into the snake right now. The only person stopping him, there's only 2 bodies left alive for Moscow Red Legion, 2 for Vicious, but they have Bortle in the box. And there's one more body drops out, and they are going to concede the point. Yeah. So, and that's smart. They keep 1 minute and 43 seconds on that major penalty from Shane Colby. So I like what I see out of Shane Colby. He needs to go and shit. If I'm Todd, I'd be like, hey man, please. Okay, look, we got a fine line here. You just got a major penalty. I would need you to dial it back, but only a half a notch. Yeah. Because what you just did right there, that's how this snake is supposed to be played. So great tactics and great plan for Omaha Vicious here. On the flip side, Moscow Legion, they need to know the battle's in the snake, man. So, you can't bring the knife to the gunfight. Well, here we go. On paper, this is a close match. I mean, the Tauntaun guys are definitely legit. They're vets. They've been around for a long time. Vicious, though, they struggled really bad yesterday. So, if yesterday is anything to show as to what they're going to do today, it's going to be rough. But that being said, Vicious took second at the first event. Regardless, it's going to be a close matchup. It's anyone's game. First point does go to Vicious. They do have a major. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly. She's down on the sidelines.
Hey guys, I am in the Vicious pit right now with Alex Borromeo. You guys came out in that first point looking really strong, a lot better than we saw yesterday. You were having problems being productive on the snake side yesterday. Do you think that's what caused most of your issues?
I think overall we just weren't hitting our shots and we weren't moving up the field and being aggressive like everyone's been doing on this field. It looks like the aggressor is definitely winning on this field, definitely on the snake side and playing conservative on the Dorito side.
All right, we'll see if Vicious can continue being the aggressor and get another point on the board. Back to you guys.
This game brought to you by PB Nation. Join the conversation. Go to pbnation.com, one of our broadcast partners here. So, also there's a free game from yesterday, so let your friends that are too cheap to buy the webcast and help the sport out know that there's a free game on Paintball or on PB Nation's YouTube channel. They can check out what they're missing. So here we go. Only a minute was taken off the time clock there, and it looks like now on the break, Colby getting shot off the break.
Oh, wow, here comes Russian Legion with the red flag. So, right when they had a little bit of advantage here, they just turned it right back and gave it back.
Colby now shot off the break and a major penalty, even though he did have an awesome run-through.
Here comes Vicious going down that Dorito side, centering up your mat.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Colby needs to go in and shake it off. You got it. No matter what, man, Vicious is not deep. They have awesome players, but they don't have 12 strong. And so they're going to need Colby to shake off that, hit off the break, and his penalty. But look at Chambon. Chambon is just doing it over here on the snake. Bunch of bodies dropping out of their bunkers. So even with that major penalty now, looks like Moscow Red Legion and Todd might want to think about blowing that horn here. I don't know, though. It's 2-on-2. Maybe give his guys a little bit of a chance. But time's ticking off that major penalty, guys.
I would let my major penalty come out and then I would push the button.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot that Vicious is dealing with. My bad, Todd. Yeah, Vicious still has Brian Bortle in the box. And here comes Chambon to actually take it out. So now they're going to concede the point, which is going to keep, wow, still 40 seconds on that penalty?
Yeah. That seemed like the longest penalty ever.
Well, I look at that. I think just so much happened in that point that I didn't think it was a 30-second point.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, Russian Legion got that major on the Dorito side wide open. Here comes Vicious down the Dorito side, and Russian just chopped him up. Just running down stupidly out in the open, and you gotta go bunker to bunker, man.
Well, and with that said, it's 1-1. They both have a major penalty, so right now this game is like almost a wash, so to speak.
Yeah.
Let's just hit the reset button.
0-0. 4 versus 4.
And Moscow Red Legion, we have one of our colleagues, friends from a long time ago, Alex Lundquist, up in the booth with us here.
Yeah.
Fantastic specimen of man to look at.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was creeping through.
You know,
I swear I was telling this the other day. I was creeping through Hong Kong about 6 weeks ago, and his posters are everywhere in Hong Kong airport. It's unbelievable.
Hey, well, you know, we got a lot of amazing paintball players out here, so we throw the term paintball legend out. Why? Because there's a lot of paintball legends that play the game still. But you want to talk about a life legend? Yeah, that's Alex Lundqvist, paintball legend and world champion, life legend. One of my favorite humans.
Good friend. Good times.
If you don't believe us, go to Alex's Instagram page, man. It's just, yeah, the guy's a specimen. It's ridiculous, and just an awesome human being.
And I taught him
and Bunker King's back now.
They are.
Yeah, Bunker King's back.
I taught him how to do abs. Just letting you know.
Those abs.
Well,
it didn't work so well. So
I was like, you mean the one giant ab?
The one giant ab. Right now? He just took my one and multiplied.
We call his
12.
ab. His ab is called a flab.
No, it's ab.
That wasn't.
It's not abs plural. It's ab singular.
He just. You know what? I'm not even talking to you guys anymore.
All right.
You put that one on a tee for me, man.
I did. Hey, I'll be expense. It's funny. If I can make people laugh, it's what it is.
Hey, long days, man. So here, Brian Bortle right now. Like I said, Brian Bortle played great for them. The poor Brian Bortle is still stuck in that box, waiting to get out.
So it looks like both Russian Legion and Vicious make Snake 2.
Good job. Oh, Shane Colby getting shot across the field. It's that drop shot, man, that keeps coming in.
And here goes Russian Legion going down that Dorito side.
Moscow Red Legion looking good on the Snake side. They're all along the back and also going up the Dorito side. Just full court push right now. They're fast, man. They're capitalizing on those G's in the break and taking those angles away from you, so you can't fill.
And that major penalty is still just haunting Vicious.
7 seconds left in that penalty.
But no excuse though, because these points have been starting 4-on-4. Moscow's just doing a little bit better of a job dominating controlling the action. And right now in that Vicious pit, it's still a close game though. So, you know, at this point, still major penalties on the board, 7 seconds on one. Well, let's check out here the overall PBA rating leader. So this is guys trying to get up their stats for the Top Gun award, which will be at the end of the year. Alex Goldman, there's no one playing the Snake better than Alex Goldman right now. Win percentage is awesome. He's just slaughtering it out there. Archie Montemayor is still our Top Gun leader, though, and has been through 2 events. He's having a great tournament. Thing, though, is that Archie Montemayor going to have to play in a relegation game tomorrow morning, and that's not where X Factor wanted to be in this event. Alex Rodriguez is silently putting up some numbers. No crazy run-throughs for Alex. That center is pretty barren. But Alex Rodriguez is just, you know, he's silently getting those kills, and that's what's important. And then Marcelo Margot backing up Alex Goldman in the Snake, and then always the consistent master of Ryan Greenspan, you know. So those are our top 5 right now for the overall rating leaders. And so in this matchup right now, 17:24 to go. 38 seconds left on Moscow Legion's major penalty. 7 seconds left before Vicious gets Brian Bortle out of the box. And then that's going to definitely help out Omaha Vicious, because they're going to get that 5th body back here relatively shortly after the start of this break. But again, it's about this Snake battle. It's about how many bodies are dropping off the break. And then the third important element is who is going to be brave on that D side when the guns start to shift. You got to get creative over there. You need to be smart. But though we've seen some guys, you know, Blake Garber from Dynasty was doing a good job of getting up there. We've seen Dalton Vanderbilt from Tampa Bay Damage. You know, so that D side, you can do work over there. It's a little more complicated than the straight up trench warfare that is the Snake right now.
So here we go. Russian leads right to the Snake. Does he make it? Looks like he does. And we got Vicious comes out of the penalty box. Does he make it out there? If he does, it's 5 alive for Vicious.
Well, now Colby's got to get in the Snake. Colby, you can see he wants. Look at Colby's gunfight. He wants to get in the Snake. He's able to glide in. Colby immediately goes in there, but Brian Bortle dies behind him right away. Parker Rosenthal fills out. So Parker Rosenthal right behind Brian Bortle, supporting him. The referee checking him out. Parker's got to be careful, because the last thing Vicious needs is another penalty.
He was starting to creep for that flag, and
Moscow's about to get their guy out the box. Here comes that push up the D side for Moscow, but he gets taken out. So body drops for him, and then the body comes out of the box. Can he get out wide? He does. Wow, that's a huge run.
And he runs to the Dorito corner, and he makes it. So here it is. Wow, Shane Colby gets hit, and Russian Legion comes right in. And
I think Shane Colby's gun is actually down. Oh, and man, also.
Hey, but Vicious, again, they know the score here, and they know what they need to do. So they have to sacrifice everybody, though, to clear the Snake out. But Moscow, that's the thing. You just need to have one. You know, the Snake, again, it's a battleground over here, and you just need one guy left alive, because if one guy's left alive over here, he's going to win the point. Colombo able to stay alive during that fray over here on the Snake side. So Colombo with his 3 confirmed kills. Kirill Peridny doing some work out there as well. A little bit of a mixed line. They got Yanushevsky. He's one of those young Russian up-and-comers that's starting to earn a name for himself. So a little bit of a hybrid line for Moscow. Yesterday, it pretty much ran straight Russian line, French line, Russian line, French line. You can see Colby here asking for a check. He gets run down, and Colby, frustrated, kind of struggling over here a little bit. And then Sherman, or Parker, was like, yeah, Parker, sorry, I was calling him Sherman before. Parker makes the move. You know, again, Vicious knows what the deal is right now. So 3-1 is the score. Both teams at full strength now. Moscow Red Legion with the 2-point advantage over Omaha Vicious. It's going to be a battle. Stick around.
Shooting on the break is what I do. The Vanquish has a pressure-balanced spool valve firing engine. This makes the Vanquish smooth, accurate, and consistent. A recipe for domination on the break. My name's Travis Lemansky. I play for Team Infamous, and the Vanquish takes my game to another level.
So we are back here at the 2014 PSP Chicago Open. I'm Matty Marshall with Steve Rabikoff and Chris Lasoya. And this battle's going down right now between Moscow Red Legion and Omaha Vicious. On the split screen breakout, 3-1 is the score. Red Legion on the left-hand side and Vicious on the right-hand side. And here it goes. Let's see what happens on the Snake side. Oh, look at this. Vicious shooting a body off the break, so early advantage goes to Vicious, though they might have lost one themselves. And it looks like the rookie, Nate Schrader, he comes off early. So their D-side attack is gone now for Omaha Vicious. They have the majority of their bodies here on the Snake side of the field. And the Russians, though, first to attack. Colby's got to get in the Snake, man. No matter what, he's got to get in the Snake. So there he goes.
Just to check off Russians from creeping across shooting the Dorito side. So here he is, and he just gets blasted, sticks his head out and just gets smoked.
You know, it's unfortunate right now for Vicious, but, you know, the talent of Shane Colby is not quite on display here. He's having a rough go of it. Major penalty and getting shot out of the spot. If they don't have Colby or somebody else get it done over here, they're going to lose this game. It's going to be inevitable because you cannot win these games if you are not winning the Snake battle. It's that simple.
You got to be competitive on the Snake. You got to let them know, hey, I'm going to meet you here. Let's meet at the 50, and they're not doing that right now.
Well, and speaking of meeting at the 50, the game after this game is the game out of this whole day of games. The game I really want to see right now is the matchup between Aftershock and the Los Angeles Ironmen coming up next. You have Karl Markowski on Shock. You have Alex Goldman on the Ironman. Both those guys, phenoms, the 2 fastest players in the league, and they are going to be, you know, running and gunning to this Snake. It's going to be crazy. I talked to Karl Markowski, and he said he went to Alex Goldman and was like, "It's on, dude. It's on. Like you and I are going to decide the fate of this." So
I like that.
Yeah, I love that. That's why I want to see it.
Let's do it. Let's meet.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, meet at the 50, man. Yep. Meet at the 50.
I'm sure Carl said more like, I'll see you because I'll already be there.
Who's going to tap out first? I think neither one of those guys
I think it's going to be a seesaw battle. It's going to be.
Absolutely.
They're definitely. I bet you they almost get an overshooting penalty on each other.
I say they meet in the middle, they duke it out over there, and let the Dorito side figure it out.
Well, you know, but knowing both those teams know what they're up against. Yep. You know, Shock, the versatility now that those divisional players the past couple years becoming solid pros, you know, adding the depth with bringing Chris Sosine on and Mikey Bruno, you know, guiding the ship over there. And then with the Ironmen, they got Shane Pistana back in the mix. And like we talked about yesterday and previous breakdowns, you know, Shane Pistana has never touched the Ironman franchise, and not either as a player or as a coach or captain or both or tripling up, whatever you want to call it. He's never touched the Ironman franchise and where they haven't won at least one title. Multiple times, actually. Like, when he was the player early in the 90s, mid-90s, they won multiple titles. And then 2000.
I was lucky enough to play with him in the 90s, so
yeah.
Again, I'm dating myself, which I'm probably going to stop.
Well, that's why we're up here commentating.
This is true.
How your knees doing these days, old man?
Busted.
Busted. That's from carrying that fat butt around the whole lot.
Ooh, the official first dig has been given.
Talking about fat butt, you got to carry that big hair patch around with you.
Yeah. On the breakout, split screen, Vicious on your left, Reach Legion on your right. Getting shot in the break, though. Getting the Snake Eye out of there and filling the Snake right now. Here comes Vicious.
Yeah, and Vicious, this is what Vicious needed. And now Brian Bortle, who stepped up for him, Brian Bortle, he knows the deal over here on the Snake. Gets to the 50, blows someone's face apart, and then wraps around. I think he might have got another one. Brian Bortle's having a tournament, man.
Going to work, man. Like we said, we haven't seen him play this good in a long time.
Well, you know, Brian Bortle's a talent. I think it's just I don't know if it's a confidence thing or what, but, you know, this, for whatever reason, he's doing well for him. He, again, was one of the only bright shining lights on a bad day for them yesterday. And I think it was smart of Todd to sit Colby down and say, all right, Brian, it's up to you, man. If you don't get it done, we're doomed. So go to work over there, kid, and he is. And then Trevor Reeser up the center is going to run down the last player, and Omaha Vicious wins a quick one here. And that was the crucial point.
And they need that. Now puts a 4-2 with 14 minutes left in the game. And then there's a
minor penalty.
I'm assuming it's going to be it's probably going to be talking on Moscow Red Legion, or it's going to be for overshooting. If it's for overshooting, it's a little late of a call, and it should have been made by the judge who was behind the player. But it should be a talking penalty if he said something, which is it's going to go one way, well, obviously one or the other, but I'm assuming it's a talking penalty. I didn't see
because when the flag went up, the Vicious player was running to the box. Let's see what they're going to call here. I'm going to say
talking.
That or overshooting, because the Russians, what are you going to know what they're saying? Like, how can you, I mean, like, it's either in French or it's in Russian.
Well, let's look at the end of this right here. There's Trevor Reeser from Omaha Vicious, left-hand side. He runs down the last player. That guy might actually already been dead. I think it was Dennis Golev. So Reeser is going to do the do-si-do there. You see the referee calling out that last. So there's actually two players left alive.
Okay, so it's going to be on. It looks like the Russian's going to get it.
Yeah, so the Russian's turning around, spinning, complaining, and it's a penalty. I think that might have been one of if it was Golev and Pridney were the guys out there, that was the complete Russian line. Golev and Pridney are vets now. Kirill much more so than Golev, but Golev's been around for a couple years.
Yeah.
And but with Smotrov, Kulgin, and Skabalkovich.
That's a good. I mean, you did great on that.
That was amazing.
That was a Hail Mary pass on that.
That was amazing.
Yeah, but so I think I'm not sure exactly who it was on, but it was I think it was one of the younger guys. We'll see. So here are the event kill count leaders. Good God, Archie Montemayor 45 confirmed kills. Ryan Moore had 30, Greg Sewers 28, Ryan Greenspan 27, and Colt Roberts 23. You know, those are names we keep seeing up there. Other than Greg Sewers. Greg Sewers hasn't, I think, made a kill count leaderboard yet. But with the talent level that kid's got and the experiences I think Greg Sewers has played for like every top-level pro team that's out there before finally making it onto Houston Heat in the big off-season move from Impact over to Heat. So, you know, saw the work by the 4x5 guys on your screen right there. And looking at the Russians, now Vicious. 2 points separate these teams. Colby back in the lineup. Let's see if Colby can pick it back up here.
And we called it right. The Russians will be starting with 4 players. They do have a 1-minute minor penalty on the right-hand side of your screen. Russian Legion on the left. Omaha Vicious. So 1 player advantage. Let's see if they get another G on the break real quick.
And look at that. Russians go right into the Snake, so then he makes it alive. So
even down a body.
Like, hey, we're down, but we're coming still.
And then Colby taking the smart, slower route, though, from the back bunker. But Colby gets in there. And let's see if Colby can surprise number 25. Who is that? That's not 25. Here comes that is, I think that's Chambon.
Yeah, Chambon.
Is it Colombo?
No, it's Colombo. I can't tell. No, it's Chambon.
No, it's Chambon.
Chambon for sure.
Yeah, so.
Look at the shot. You see that shot, Matty?
Yeah, it's Trevor Reeser's forced to take the jog off. And look at this, though.
He doesn't know
Colombo
he's there.
has no idea that Colby has made it in there. So Colby, I don't know if Colby knows Chambon is there.
Colby's gun's not working.
I don't think nobody knows he's there.
His gun's not working.
His gun is not working.
So he tried to wrap it in a hole there for a second, which is like the old school call for my gun's down. I'm just going to try to make something happen. And, so Vicious getting chopped up. Sherman gets shot. Colby tried to Valiant, I have no gun, try to pull some guns my way run without drawing a penalty. Oh, the bodies are dropping now. So, but there's only one guy left alive. It's Nate Schrader. Let's see if the rookie for Vicious can get something done here against 3 bodies, ooh, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough, especially against these 2 guys when they're spread.
Yeah.
The field, I mean, they don't want to go anywhere.
Chris, Kevin Klum, who's a baller, Alexander Sushi Pizon, and Kirill Peridny. So those are 3 really good players.
Right.
It's going to take at least 2 mistakes and then an awesome one-on-one victory pull-off. But look at this. They go right at. They're kind of going right at him. In a one-on-one, you want to spread the field, or a 3-on-1, and Sushi's just going to run him down.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you have 3 players. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. So
just don't get a penalty. That's the only problem.
Pizon's like, you know what? I'm over waiting. I'm just going to go run you down. So Nate Schrader getting shot by Pizon. So Moscow Red Legion here going to go up 5-2. And still a lot of time on the clock. A little less than 12 minutes to play here in this the first Champions League matchup of the day. In the afternoon bracket. Next up, again, like we were talking about, if you guys want to see the 2 fastest players on Earth that play the game of paintball at the professional level, then you're going to want to tune in for this next one. It's going to be Aftershock taking on the Ironman. Aftershock 1-1, the Ironman 2-0. Ironman definitely looking like one of the best teams here. There was our replay, Shane Colby, whose gun was down. That's why he didn't have his gun up. And let's see it from here. So Colby's just going to run high. He's just going to draw as many guns and get brutalized. Poor Colby. Just having a rough go of it this game.
Popcorn right to the head.
Colby's a great kid. You know,
yeah,
son of one of the OG paintball guys, Dan Colby.
Saw him yesterday, creeping around.
You know, but I mean, hopefully you can get that gun back up. I mean, I'm sure this weather has a little bit to do with it and the mud and stuff. So we got to keep an eye on that as well.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, it's these are like race cars. So diving in a puddle not going to help. But score 5-2, 11:30 on the clock. We'll be right back after this. Looking at Moscow Red Legion right now, getting ready to play. And Omaha Vicious taking the field as well, taking the field for them. Shane Colby, Nate Schrader, Trevor Reeser, Zach Sherman, and Brian Bortle. And then for Moscow Red Legion, they have Kirill Peridny, Vladislav Yanishevsky, Leonid Smotrov, Denis Golev, and Anton.
We just call him Motor.
Yeah. Motornook.
Motornook. I mean, you get an A for just
for even giving it a shot.
I don't know. I'm gonna give myself like maybe a C+.
I got some Russian. I mean, I would have just chopped that.
I dropped
out.
But
you got the easy Russian last name, Rabakov. Aren't you like kind of distantly cousin 8 times removed of the famous Russian writer Rabakov?
Yes, I am. Yes, the family is.
Omaha Vicious coming out of the box, shooting one right away. Shane Colby getting in. Hopefully his guns works. And if taking a look at him real quick, mirrored up against Shane Colby in the snake, eliminated. Now Shane Colby all alone over here, Maddie.
Well, this is his chance to shine now. Shane Colby in the snake.
And he's got nobody in the snake corner, so.
Well, Brian Bortle's right behind him, and he's been having a good tournament, so.
He's like, all right, Shane, get going. Let's go.
Yeah, you see it now. Now see that on his loader? That's actually rub off the bunker, and the judge is doing a good job out here at recognizing that, you know, when you put your gun against the bunker, you know, it does sometimes happen. So don't think that player is hit. The judges are right on top of him. They're doing a professional job. They know exactly what's going on. As Moscow Red Legion, look at Shane Colby bumping up to the 50. Brian Bortle backing him up. It's funny. Shane Colby just keeps shooting his gun to make sure it works.
I want to make sure this works before I go running down, creeping on the next side, and he needs to.
Yeah.
If he can get around to their side of the snake, that's going to put a lot of problems for Russian. He needs to do it because now they're moving down that Dorito side.
But as Maddie said, getting through that little gap right there is little. It might look, you know, that small, but there's a gap there, and it gets you. Here comes another major penalty on Brian Bortle.
And here comes a.
Well, Brian, I don't think Brian's got a penalty yet, but
here's the thing. Now, here's the deal. Look at, are they going to pull both players? And look at that, Maddie. That's a huge coaching mistake right there. They pulled
coaching.
Yeah, I mean, sorry. Huge.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, Nate Schrader is just. Oh, is he in a one-on-one? Oh, and he got shot. But so the guy goes to sleep on Schrader. Schrader shoots him. That was crazy. And then But Schrader went to sleep on Pridney, so now we got a one-on-one right now. Krill Pridney, and I think it's Trevor Reeser left alive.
No, but here's the
Sherman. Hold on, is it Sherman? No, it is. Oh God! But Trevor Reeser loses his one-on-one.
Wow! All you have to do is stay alive and let your guys come out of the box. Just get a shovel and dig.
You know, lots of mistakes being made on Vicious in this event. You know, we know what it's capable for Vicious this season. They took second at the first event. Okay. They struggled at the last event a little bit, but they won their relegation game against Art Chaos, so that's a big statement. But then they come into this event and, you know, they couldn't get anything started. And then now coming in here and just seeing a lot of mistakes. We're seeing penalties. We're seeing. I want to maybe see a replay on what happened with Nate Schrader over there, because Nate Schrader ran past a guy.
Yeah,
Let's see if this is the replay here on the D side. No, there's Bortle. So Bortle gets shot in the arm.
Yeah, that was a good match. But here's the problem.
Hold on, Chris. Let's watch this. So Bortle is going to get shot right there. You see him flinch back, try to check it, and let's see if he comes back out to shoot again. So Bortle, I don't know about that, man. Okay, well, Minor, he got shot and he stayed in and he checked it. That's why he got the penalty.
Yeah, but here's the problem, though. They pulled 2 players in that penalty.
No, I agree with that. So that is a mistake. But if you're Bortle and you get hit on your arm and you check it and you don't come off.
Yeah, look at the ref.
Well, you don't come off, or at least get the check.
I think he was hit right here.
But was it major? Was it a major?
They threw a major and a minor. I mean,
see, I don't know. I don't agree with that major. That's not a major. He didn't even shoot his gun. Did you see him shoot his gun?
He did not shoot his gun.
Okay, so if you don't shoot your gun, how's that a major?
Because the rule is if you're continuing play knowingly.
Dumb rule then.
All I know.
Dumb rule.
All I know.
Hey man, I'll agree with you on
well,
that.
Todd's gonna call a timeout right here, so we'll have time to discuss it, and hopefully you get to see that replay. So I mean, the first problem was they pulled 2 players out in that penalty.
Yeah. Well, again, you know, we just watched on the replay. Bortle gets shot in the arm for sure. We saw it burst off. There I couldn't see it from that angle, so I'm wondering how much paint was there. Because sometimes, as we all know, a paintball will hit and all of the paint will spray off of you, leaving tiny a bit. So when you check, you may not see that paint, and then you continue to play. But I did not see him shoot his gun.
No, he did.
He was not impacting the play. So to call a major penalty on something like that, to me, is ridiculous. Regardless of what the rule, that's a judgment call by the referee to me, and that's ridiculous. And then it looked like called 2 guys out instead of 1, so that's a mistake. But regardless, we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. So we're back here. Score is 6-2, and Omaha Vicious, tough shake for them. 9:26 to go, and it looks like Moscow Red Legion here could, you know, they're only 1 point away from victory. And not only that, there's a major penalty on Vicious. So Vicious is going to be starting down 1. And now look at this though, guys. I see. Is that 2 majors up on it? No, I think that's just.
There is 2 majors up. No, there's 2 majors up there.
There's 5 over here.
But
so they're starting with 5.
No, so it must have been a minor. Yeah, they're starting with 5.
No, they're not. They're not starting with 5. They faked him out.
They faked us out for a second.
Oh, right there, getting a G on the break though on this side of the field though, Maddie. First guy going down the corner. Oh, but also losing.
Double red flag. Wow, come on, man.
That's Parker Rosenthal getting a major.
That's just, come on.
Todd is, well, it's 6-2.
I know, I may not necessarily believe in spontaneous combustion as a phenomenon on Earth, but if we get a camera on Todd Martinez in the pits, we might see whether or not spontaneous combustion is actually real, because of how Todd would be flipping out right now.
Can you stay up here with us, please?
Yeah, because we don't like grumpy cat, Todd.
Yeah, well, they got, Vicious has another game, but they're going to lose this one now. Final score is going to be 7-2. And
Moscow Red Legion playing and looking good so far. Going into that last game against their next game will be Edmonton Impact, and they're 2-1. So they're putting themselves in a position to possibly play tomorrow on Sunday.
And Todd,
he's like, I got some of my glasses.
Todd's just gonna clean the paint off his glasses. Super calm. But what can you do?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, you're just gonna.
It's unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is at this point.
Well, hey, look, there are some issues. First of all, Colby had a rough go of it over here on the Snake side. Bortle, again, not sure about that major penalty call, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't
call like
really
I see it.
agree with that.
But so, and also Vicious started out pretty tight. They won the first one, shooting players off the break. But I think that what this really says is that, yes, there's a few things that Vicious needs to fix before they head into their next match. But Moscow Red Legion is playing good now, guys.
Hey,
yeah.
They're 2-1, and when their next game against Edmonton Impact, so they put themselves in a position to have an opportunity to play tomorrow. And right now, they're 2-1. Ironmen are 2-0, obviously going into the next game with Aftershock here, and Aftershock's 1-1. So this bracket is still wide open. We don't know how this bracket's playing out yet.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna.
And the Ironmen have Vicious is their last game after they play Aftershock here. So, that's not a game like Vicious is 0-3 right now.
Gimme games.
I was just gonna say that.
And Vicious has nothing to lose.
They have nothing to lose, and man, they don't want to go 0-4. I mean, right now they're 0-3, and they're going to be playing that relegation game. But you want to at least get a win going into that game and fix what's going on. So this bracket's wide open.
Well, I can't wait to see this next game, man. Whew. Chicago Aftershock and Los Angeles Ironmen, again, two of the fastest players in the world, going to be throwing down here on the Snake side. And, Marcelo Margot was playing great as the 2, and then Shock has become very versatile. So we will see, but let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Nice visor.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Kirill Peridny from Moscow Red Legion. Congratulations, you guys just won against Vicious. Now, in that very first point, Vicious came out pretty explosive. Were you expecting them to come out that quick and strong?
Yeah, because we know that Vicious guys, especially led by Todd, they are fighters, and doesn't matter if they lost 2 games yesterday, they will still gonna be hard. Plus, those guys are having a really nice line of fires. Yeah, so we pretty much expected this thing. So we got a couple of things, in the sleeve that we can use as a plan B in case if something isn't going to be working. So as you saw, we did it.
Yeah, talk to me about those plans up your sleeve that you have. What is your plan B when you have to adjust to how strong they were coming out?
Yeah, actually right now with all the mud that is on the field, all the game is like a ninja game. Those will be better who can find the better spot out on the field, manage to get there quick, balance there, have a line of fire and escape. Yeah. So we had a couple of such kind of positions on the field instead of just going to the back center, and it worked out. Yeah.
From where I'm standing, it looks like the whole field is mud and water. What are those better positions on the layout right now?
Yeah, the better positions are all around the back center. Yeah, because you can see the whole open area over there. So the better ninja is better shooter right now.
All right, it's all about being that ninja player on the field. Next up, we have Ironmen versus Aftershock coming up. It's a really important game for Aftershock to win, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I say it, and here he goes. So I was thinking it, but...
Well, he made it because what happened was both those guys put their gun down, and then Matt Jackson to make the move. So good veteran timing move right there by Matt Chim.
And it just slows him down now. And now they have to check him off. And here we go.
You don't want to get a penalty by any means either. I mean, that will cause you heartache because, I mean, that'll pretty much put the nail in the coffin. 1 minute left, though.
I can't even believe you said the word penalty right now, Chris.
But Matt Chim... But he had, look, right now, he could definitely go down the wire and just blow Matt because nobody is looking over here at all. I mean, Matt Chim is all alone, kind of fending for himself. Everybody else is looking down the Dorito side.
Yeah, you're on your own, Matt.
See, he could go right now, and nobody would even know what's going on.
Matt is definitely on his own right now. Okay, now Corey Field shifts his gun, and here comes an attack by Nico Perry down the D side. No bodies have dropped yet for VCK other than Nico Hyde, so it's still. Look at this. Nico Perry, even though he's down 1, still pushing forward and gets a kill to even up the body count.
And he takes out another one.
And so this might be it, but Matt Jackson, knowing what he needs to do, the other side is folding, so he has to push forward.
And Matt
Chim takes him out, and so Matt Chim is going to try to run forward and trade out, and maybe almost draws a penalty. And
right
looks
there,
like
that's going to be a major penalty on Matt
Chim. And that might do it. Oh, no, but the minor penalty flags are flying back and forth. Bodies are dropping everywhere, and I think there are going to be no bodies left alive. So as the time expires,
that's going to be a
wow.
No, I think
flag party.
Now on the final overtime point, if you get a major penalty. Now I'm gonna have to check the rule book in this. I know Steve doesn't know anything about rules, but I'm gonna listen to what he has to say anyway.
It possibly will be the swing. Well, you know what? It probably would have been a swing point, but since there was 3 flags that went up, now we're trying to figure that out.
But
There's a red and 2 yellows.
But I think the major was definitely on Seattle Thunder.
Okay.
And then the minor was actually on VCK. So.
Well, there's I saw 2 minors go up. So
I think it was the same for the same thing.
Okay.
Though. So I think the 2 minors that got thrown were for the guy talking after he was hit.
Yeah, well, it was definitely a major on Matt Chim. There's still 2 seconds on the clock. And while they're sorting it out on the field, the referees are having a convention. We're going to check out this replay here.
Let them do the shootout.
Oh, please?
No kidding.
No, they can't. We don't have any shootouts until Sunday.
Now, this is what the major's for. So here's the major. And here comes Matt Chim. Right there. That's where he got shot. That's a major. He
they
shoots.
Pointed.
Yeah. But I think what got the minor was his buddy talking to him. He's like, "Can I go over there?"
Well, here's it from the. Yeah. So here's Matt Chim. Comes this way. Let's see where we get the hit. Jackson's blocking.
Right
there.
there.
Bam, right there.
Right there in the
shot,
head, and he still
comes
shooting.
out. Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, Map, I love you, buddy, but that's definitely a major penalty.
Yep.
So you see the boom explosion. It's on the top of his loader, I think.
I think it was on his forehead. Yeah. Actually.
I'm gonna try to do this. Maybe the ref didn't see this standing right next.
Actually,
to me.
I wouldn't even ask. I just kept going.
So you're looking at it from this angle. So you see Jackson committing 100% to that move. Matt eats him up.
And here's the killer part. No matter what, there was 5 seconds left in the game. They wouldn't have won the game. Guess what?
So here, yeah.
Oh, it was on his loader. You're right, Matty.
Yeah, because that way that big spray happened, I think it was on his loader. So maybe Matt didn't feel that.
But look at the score now.
It was on his loader.
VCK getting 5 points.
So they are going to give the win to VCK. So unfortunately for Matt Chim and the rest of Seattle Thunder, that major penalty was the difference. VCK taking the victory here. Thunder is going to take the loss. That's our last Challengers Division game here on the main webcast field. We're going to now get in, weather permitting, of course, into the Champions Division matchups, and I can't wait to see these games here because we're going to figure out who is going to be moving on to Sunday's competition, the semifinals. And first up is going to be Vicious and Moscow Red Legion. Vicious losing 2 yesterday. Moscow Red Legion going 1-1, but looking pretty good, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very competitive yesterday. They definitely had their opportunities to win that game against Ironman in overtime, and they look great.
They do. So they are definitely starting to get their program back together, and that's good news to hear. As Moscow Red Legion, one of the most dominant powerhouse teams in the history of paintball, and lost a ton of their guys last season before, picked up the Tauntauns and a bunch of young talents trying to cultivate those dudes. Well, let's check in with Lauren Kelly before we take a short break and head in to the Champions Games.
Jay Danner of VCK, congratulations. You guys just won your 3rd match of the weekend going undefeated. They beat Thunder in overtime 5-4. There were like 2 seconds left on that overtime when they got a major, but were you sweating it when you thought that, you were going to run out of time?
Yeah, we were definitely sweating it. We had a little trouble at the first part getting 5 guys on the box and the right 5 guys, so we ended up kind of confused right at the beginning, but we were able to pull it out, and luckily they got a major. That helped us out a lot. So.
You guys have been pretty successful on this layout so far. What do you guys like most about the layout? Why is it working so well for your strengths?
Well, we really like to play heads up. At MAO, it was more kind of a crossed-up defensive field. You didn't really get locked into many gun battles, so on this field, we really get to do heads-up gunfights, and we really go to prove our skills as good gunfighters, and that's where we excel. So.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. They are undefeated so far. They have one more match in the prelims to go. Next up, we're going to have Vicious versus the Russians. Vicious wasn't able to win any of their matches yesterday, so they really need this win. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one.
That's okay. You're plenty dirty enough. I don't know, Ryan, yours has like racing stripes.
There are massive opportunities, both with the sport of paintball and for your business. If we are successful in taking our sport to another level, unite with Paintball Access in our quest to elevate paintball and broadcast it to the world. There are advertising packages available for any size business. Join us. Advertise with PBA and help us change the sport for the better, forever.
Hey guys, if you missed it, Moscow Red Legion just beat Vicious. It was a tough match for Vicious, but you did have one awesome play where you ran down the middle and you were you did an awesome job. You got down to the middle to that 50 line and then you even went on the Russian side. What is the best strategy when you're trying to run a next play?
Really, when we're running a play like that, we'll float a guy in the back center, try to shoot somebody off the side, and then the guy that we send up the middle, we send him to that side. Just gives you a little bit more leeway if you have to, dip or dodge one direction or the other. But, get up in the middle, get to the towers, and then just look for guns across